Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about
Life of the Amazonia. And here's the deal. This is now, I think, my third highest ranked game for 2023. Here is Shay doing a run-through for it on the channel back in 2022 when it was crowdfunding. And sadly, I did not get a chance to play it in 2023 when it came out so that I could evaluate it for my best of the year. I've now played it. This game is in my top 30 games of all time. That's a big deal. Very few games, 30 of them, make it into that. I know I have a tendency or proclivity to say everything is really, really great because, hey, I only play great games. Although I play games I don't like to, and that's why you watch the roundups. You hear me rank them all and why I like some and I don't like others. But anyway, this game is top tier. It is so amazing. Like I said, top 30 best game of all time, the number 3 best game of 2023. And 2023 was already my second best game in all of board game, or year in all of board gaming. So this is the third best game of the second best year in all of board gaming. So as you might imagine, I think it's pretty good. But why? Well, you can go watch Shay play through a prototype of it. The final version looks even nicer, and the prototype already looked really nice. This is a bag builder. Oh, by the way, retroactively, we did a top 10 bag builders on the R&R show a few weeks ago. I have to retroactively say this is the best bag builder in board game history, supplanting everything else we talked about. I just hadn't played it at the time, and now I have. But anyway, we are trying to make, and protect nature reserves in the Amazon to be able to help struggling wildlife, find their footing and grow and be thriving. That's what we're trying to do in this game. A worthy goal, which is basically something that people better than me are doing in the real world. But hey, I can do it in cardboard form. But it's driven by bag building. Every round, you're going to draw chips out of a bag, and these chips either represent money we have to be able to buy more chips, more investments. Leaves, which allow us to, basically lay more tiles, so we have a bigger and bigger biome that we're trying to develop. Food, so that combined with other things, we can actually attract animals, and we try to get them to score in different ways, depending on what type of animal they are, very Cascadia-ish in that regard. And what was the fourth thing? Oh, water, which we use to activate insect special power cards off to the side. Environment cards, which are bonus scoring opportunities, and insect cards, which are special one-time big game-changing powers. And so you've got all these things in the bag. And of course, you're buying more chips, but every round, as your bag gets fuller of bigger and more powerful chips, you're doing bigger and bigger, more powerful turns, trying to do the right tiling, the right animal population, activating the right special powers at the right time, and investing more and more in your operation so you can get better and better. With an eye. Every time you play, there's always going to be 8 main animals: the toucans and the macaws and I think they were the leaf frogs and the otters and the jaguars. But every time you play, they're going to score in a different way. Very Cascadia. And in fact, it's very hard not to draw comparisons to Cascadia. It's a radically different game because it's a bag builder. It's not a tile drafting game, right? There's 8. Plus, every player has their own special, unique animal. So there's really 9 different types of animals you're trying to deal with. More than twice what you have to deal with in Cascadia. And every time you play, there's going to be a different combination of ways you could score. But this game is probably the equivalent of Cascadia with like 5 different expansions loaded in. This is a big beast of a game with a ton of stuff going on. It's exactly in my wheelhouse. Rich, crunchy, complex with a lot of moving parts, but not too complex that it bogs down or you get overwhelmed with little minutia rules and whatnot. It's just the right level of chef's kiss perfect, and it's phenomenal. Every time you play, you're going to get a radically different experience, and the bag building is so great because actually it reminds me, Dominion, of course, all pool building games owe a tip of the hat to Dominion for really popularizing the idea of pool building or deck building in that game. And it's interesting, one of the first expansions for Dominion was one of my favorites, Alchemists. or alchemy. And everybody else hated it, but I thought it was amazing. And it did something that no other expansion for Dominion has ever done, even though Dominion has done everything under the sun. It was the idea of having an additional type of resource. And that's what makes Amazonia so interesting. You have got 4 different types of resource in that bag, of varying powers. And when you reach into the bag, you might pull out, a lot of one type of resource, or a few of just a different one, or a single really big one, and then a bunch of really smalls of other ones. And so every time you play, because there are 4 different types of resources that you are pulling out of your pool, every round, every turn you take is an incredible puzzle trying to figure out, right, how best to use this combination of resources, including the fact that if you want to, if you're desperate, any 2 resource chips can stand in for something else. And sometimes you'll do the most unthinkable thing. You'll have like a level 4 water that would let you activate cool stuff, and yet you'll turn it into half of one food because you just need that one food to get that jaguar because there's only one of them left and you've got to do it. This game makes you make tough decisions over and over and over again. Every turn is such a fun, satisfying puzzle. And on top of everything else I said, this has got to be, and again, this is a prototype. It does not do the final game justice. This is one of the prettiest, most beautifully produced games I own, period. If it does not, we're getting to the point where, Golden Geek Awards and the Dice Tower Awards are doing their, hey, here's all our special awards for little things like first-time designers and game production. If this doesn't get some game production awards, I'm going to flip a table, folks, because it is stunning how gorgeous this game is. But that doesn't even hold a candle to how good it is. Like I said, it's in my top 30 games of all time. It is my number 1 game of the month. It is Life of Amazonia.
And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.